And we're live.
Hey.
Hello and welcome to the Flippin' Bunch. We were hoping that we could go live on our new channel tonight, but we need some more subscribers. So before you even get here, we'll give you the commercial. Go to the Flippin' Bunch on YouTube and please subscribe. So we will be happy to go live and keep doing what we're doing as long as we can, but we'd love to get on our new home. And until then, we'll just kind of share those videos over there. But tonight we are talking about websites, and we will go ahead and do our introductions. So to my, I thought I had it right because StreamYard's always backwards. To my right or to my left, I'm not sure.
Am I in the middle? How about that? Hi guys, it's me. I'm Dar from DIYs by Dar. I've been a furniture artist pushing 4 years, but pretty much dabbled in all kinds of art all my life because it is my therapy.
Hey there, I'm Kat from Owling Dog Design, and I also refinish furniture, create different kinds of art, and I like to restore furniture as well and other antiques and do weird stuff. Hey.
Weird stuff.
Weird
I saw you painted a beautiful cardinal today.
Oh,
I saw that on Instagram.
A little practice. Cardinals. I need to practice.
Beautiful. Well, I'm Levon, and I have Statement Designs, and I do furniture flipping. And lately, as if you follow along, I've been obsessed with resin. So planning on doing some things like that for the shop. I had to pour something while I was waiting, so maybe it'll be done and I can unmold it before we're done tonight. But we're talking about websites. So we have Gretchen, Mara, and Cheryl in the house. So hello, ladies. And feel free to ask any questions you want along the way, because what we're doing tonight is kind of winging it. We're going to share a screen. Crystal is not with us tonight. She has, mom duty. It's springtime and that time of the year when all the events are happening. So you kind of have to do what you have to do. So we'll miss her giggles tonight, but
Dar, you can giggle for us.
Yeah, I'll try, but she's got the best. She's got the best.
That's true.
Dar's like worn out. I would say you had a hangover, but I don't think you have a hangover.
No.
You have concert lag, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, do I ever. I'm never going to do that again, ever. Unless I've got a chair I can sit in.
Yeah,
next
they
time
do.
They
make a backpack chair, like you just hang it off your back. Can hook onto your backpack if you like, or wear it like a backpack.
Or make Doug carry it.
Well, I asked Doug if I could get up on his shoulders, but he kind of declined.
Oh.
He could have squatted down and you could sit on his lap.
It almost came to that. I was almost sitting on the floor with the 6-year-old child.
Oh my. Well, so let's get this party started. So I have a website, and Kat has a website, and Dar, you don't, right?
No, and it's sad because I'm kind of paying for one, and I just have not had the time to reach in there and get it done, because I pay a package for Premiere Pro, and that's what I use, the Adobe products with Premiere Pro for doing my videos and everything. And through Adobe and Microsoft, there's a package that they offer, and I pay for it. And in that is setting up and maintaining a website along with a blog site. I do have the blog, and that is sad because once again, no time. I think the last thing that I had written in there was when I had my hip replaced when I was in the hospital, when I was leaving there. And all the other projects and things that I've done that I could have put on there, but
Well,
I
yeah,
haven't. I've had problems with the software, and they always say call the technician,
Mm-hmm.
and I just haven't had time to sit on the phone for 3 hours, 4 hours trying to figure out what's wrong with their programming and my system. So
Right.
that's why it's kind of discouraged me from starting that website. So maybe there's an easier way, what you guys are using, and I could maybe drop that and try a simpler service to do that.
well, maybe tonight you'll decide that that's the way to go for you. So I pay. I first of all, let me say, and I don't know about you, Kat, but if this is with you as well, but my biggest challenge, because we have so much to do, you flip the furniture, you make the videos, you do the social media posts,
Right.
and then there's the website. And that is my biggest challenge, is keeping up with the website. Because I also have, and I'm going to be showing you, but I also have like the shop pages on there too, where I have the Dixie
Okay.
Belle products. So
Oh.
I've been trying to keep up with it. And then,
Yeah.
I've moved a couple times, so I always have to keep my information up to date.
Yeah.
So Kat, you have Squarespace, and so do I. So
Mm,
along with the website, you also have to have a domain. So
correct.
I pay for my domain annually, and it's only, I want to say, $16 a year or
Yeah.
something.
Cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I pay for my website monthly.
Me too.
So is that how you pay for yours?
I
I
think so.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kat. Go
No,
ahead.
no, that's okay. No, I'm just confirming. I think so. Yeah. Monthly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull up mine, and then we can take a look at yours in a bit here too. But let me see here. I'm going to try to make this full screen, and I'll check back every now and then to look at comments, because if I'm sharing my screen here, then I'm looking at this screen that I'm showing you,
Okay.
and not really able to look at the comments. So,
Oh,
so
okay.
this, what we're looking at, is the dashboard. So if you had more than one website, you could manage them all from here. So you see over here, this is the dashboard, and in this dashboard, we could create a website. So that would be how easy that would be to do. Um, and then here's the domains. So it shows that I have an active domain. And whenever I got mine, it used to be like, I hated it because it said it was like at Squarespace,
Oh, right.
it added on. Is that the way yours is, Kat?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you must have been smarter than I was and got the domain right off the bat and got a .com. But mine, statementdesigns.com, was not available, so I had to take .org.
I like
That
it.
has created some other complications for me. Um, I retrieve my email on my phone, so now that I have a .org email address, I have to have a keypad lock on my phone too. So it's weird, but anyway. So you could also, over here, you can see get a domain, but we're going to go back to the dashboard and click on my website here. And it's going to very slowly come up. While it's coming up, I'm just going to pop back over here and see if there's any more comments. No. Okay. Okay, so you can see on the left side, it's populating over here. I don't know why it's so slow, but so here's the website, And this is, so when you're in this mode, see this little arrow over here? If I
Yep.
click that, I'll go right back. That's what everybody else sees. Okay.
Mhm.
But if I go back this way, then I can be in editing mode. So over here it says pages, and that's where you add all of these things over here. So the welcome page. Well, I guess I have to go back. So I can click on all these pages. Oh, I am on the welcome page. That's why it's not doing anything. You have the header there, and then you have those different blocks that you can change, and you can see where it pops up and shows manage sections. So services, and I try to just update this all the time, telling people what I offer, workshops, or the YouTube channel. So now I'll have to update it with the Flippin' Bunch and also with Tuesday Talk. So this is showing pictures of the shop down at Cosmic Charlie's. And I'll be honest with you, I did some things when I set it up. I have no idea how I created some code. So yeah, I'll never be able to do that again, I'm sure. But I do have YouTube linked, and those things are relatively easy to do.
Yeah.
But the I have it so that on the different pages, and I'll get one. So like contact, schedule an appointment, or contact. If you click on those down at the bottom, it will go right to my email. So like I said, I don't know how I did that. So on here, contact, I see I have some information that needs changed. So let's see. Edit. So I can come over here and just edit this. And it's 1 Main Street. I should put care of Cosmic Charlie's. And it's Bellwood, PA. And it's 16617, I think. I'll have to check that. But everything you do, you have to save. Obviously, it's just like anything else that you do. But so this is the thing that we talk about all the time as far as viewing, selling our furniture. So I've tried to put a furniture gallery up here. I bravely put shipping details, and so that will send me an email as well. So I will just be thrown into the deep end if someone contacts me and wants to buy something and have it shipped. So
That's the way to do it.
yeah, exactly. I'm
Yep.
gonna come back here a second and see if there's any comments here. Feel free to just throw any comments or questions in at any time. So I'm trying there. And then workshop tickets. So anytime I offer a workshop, I usually put it on Facebook and then put the ticket link. And then these are, ones that are expired, but, they can just click on that. And well, this would be for me to edit it, but they can.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really relatively easy to set up.
Yeah.
And then shop. So shop is Dixie Belle Paints or digital downloads. I had another shop page, and I'll show you that. But so this is, now I need to organize this better. There's categories over here, and I think I have everything in categories now, but I have a mixture of like some old pictures and some newer pictures, but basically it functions. So that's another thing. Every time they release a new product, I have to keep up with it.
Right.
So the digital downloads, I just took some
What's that
pictures.
one?
Thank you. That's well, these are the brain walls that I did at 360 Wellness. Um
Okay.
so it was like supposed to be like what is it, the cerebral, the coronal slice of the brain.
Oh,
And
right.
I just put it in PixArt and I manipulated it and changed the color. And then I made a stencil out of it and we did the bathroom wall at
Mm.
360 Wellness like that. And then she wanted another wall done. Um, but then that one, I just decided to make a bigger version of it. But I figured someone could download that if they wanted to and use
Mhm.
it for a pattern. And then these other ones are just pictures I had taken of flowers and this. I thought these suspension bridge things, would be cool. Like if somebody wanted to do a triptych or something like that. But I've never sold one yet, to be honest with you. But if I wanted to add another page over here to shop, so I'd go over here to pages and then I can either add a section or add a page. So I would go down here to shop and then hit add page. And then I could add another, like if I decided to start selling my jewelry online, which is what I think I
Sweet.
want to do.
Yeah.
So you can do like a gallery. And if you do a gallery, then you're going to add, a bunch of pictures in a block that comes up. New gallery. Your collection is empty. Click here to add your first item. I don't really know what I have on my computer that I could share. I should have prepared for that, but I would just, throw the pictures in from there,
Right.
just like I did for the Dixie Belle.
What page did you use to set up your shop?
Well, there's different templates,
Right.
and I I couldn't tell you. I have to look and see because I did it so long ago, and I
Yeah.
was like so afraid to mess with anything because
Right.
once I got it, because here's the thing, and I'm gonna come back a minute and just get rid of this a second and get us back. um, the thing is, and Dora, I think you kind of touched on that. You were talking about technical support. Oh my God. Squarespace, there is no
Non-existent.
person to talk to.
Yeah.
You, whatever you click, it'll lead you to a page that has
Mhm.
questions and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Have you found that to be true, Kat?
Absolutely. Yeah. I do get like emails back from them like after a couple of days, but basically what they do is um, they just kind of send you a link, like use this link to help you figure out like your process.
Which you could have Googled or, searched for
You
yourself.
could
It's all in their database.
exactly. And when it used to be the SEO was always challenging, but the websites themselves used to be easier to set up. And I only say that because my first website I think I began it in 2012. And it was a Weebly host, Weebly, like a Weeble
Mhm.
Wobbles.
Yeah,
And
but they don't
it
fall
was,
down.
yeah. And I struggled with it, in the beginning, especially, I struggled with it because I kept like not clicking the right things. It would take me 5 times to do the thing that I wanted to do. But once I had my hands figured out on what to click when, it was super easy. And so I could easily update my website and change add anything to the intros and I was doing photography and it was for 4 different people, including myself. And so each photograph that was uploaded, each photographer had their own section of the website. And then each photo itself had like a hover. So you just hovered over it and it would tell you about where the photo was taken, who took it, you know, a little bit of history around the photo. And then you just, if you're interested, you click on it. But if you're not, you just hover over the next photo. It just worked so beautifully. And I don't
Yeah.
find anybody else offers anything like that. It just doesn't happen that way anymore. And
Well, I
yeah,
don't know. I feel like those features might be in there. It's just very
probably.
difficult to get to. Cheryl says Shopify is the same. She said she had to pay when she really messed up her website and needed support.
You know, I've thought about that, actually paying someone. And I hate that.
And Shopify, though, I sometimes I think I should have Shopify because it seems like you can put that on different platforms. And maybe Cheryl, you can, you know, chime in and let us know if that's true. Like, I think if you were, because I've noticed when I watch YouTube videos, like for instance, Jamie Ray Vintage, you can click shop and you can go right to their website. So I think you can only achieve that on YouTube through Shopify. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
now TikTok shop, I'm pretty sure you can. Now I don't have mine on there. But I'm pretty sure you need Shopify to do that.
Okay.
It seems like the sellers on TikTok, I don't know whether they lead people to actual, like, I know there's a lot of people that do handmade things on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of people doing lives, like people do books, you know, they fold books or quilt and all those kinds of things. And I just always think that's really cool. And Cheryl said it links to my Facebook page, but I haven't figured out YouTube yet. Okay, well, now I do have my shop linked to my Facebook page
Oh, I
and
don't.
my Instagram.
I
So,
don't.
yeah, I mean, I don't remember if there were, you know, like you
You have to
had to
pay for
have a
that?
certain, what's that?
Do you have to?
Do
I'm
I pay
sorry.
for that? No, I'm pretty sure you had to have a certain amount of
Oh, followers.
subscribers at first, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Something you had to have, I remember, but it's
Yeah.
been a
Yeah.
while.
I'm
But
sure.
I always forget to do it whenever I'm showing things. I always forget to do that and lead people there. I'm really lax with that. I'm lax at telling people to go to my website, on telling
I
people to
know.
go to my Amazon shop. I could probably do that too. I could probably put, because you can sell on Amazon too, you
Right.
know,
Right.
and I think you have to have Shopify to do all that stuff. I might be wrong,
I
but
did even do a little off topic, but the last video that I put up, I actually wrote a little dialogue for myself to say, if you want to shop, you know, I'm in Jim Thorpe. If you want my Facebook page, it's this. If you want a website, because I never did that before. And I know, I don't know who did it, but I want to say it was you, Lavon. Um, or maybe Dar, you guys are
well,
probably doing that stuff more than I was. And I said, you know, I'm going to do that too. It's a good idea.
you know who else? Heather from Spindle Mountain Mercantile. She's very good at that.
It's very
I
good.
noticed that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mara says, are you finding people are going to your website and making purchases or visits? I started a website, but I wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze. Um, you know,
That's a good comment.
occasionally. It's not very often, but I do fault myself for that. Again, I should be saying it in my
Yeah, you
videos.
have to market it big time.
Yeah. I mean, I
Big.
have it linked in my description box, but we talked about this before.
Mm.
Unless you, one thing I think I should do more often too is link specific every product. I only link like Amazon stuff, and I'll say you can go to my website for Dixie Belle occasionally, but you know, if you list every product and a link to it, that might be helpful. You know, I
I,
notice. maybe people that do that get more visits to their description box.
I spent a lot of money when I had my first website, but I did marketing. So I did mailers, I did postcards. I went all over town and gave discounts at different places, and they were putting up my little cards, and it was really fun. It was very expensive to do. And I had I called the local newspaper and said, like, hey, I have a new business. And they're like, oh, yeah. I mean, it was a silly little rag, but it actually got a few people to pop into my shop. It was bizarre. You wouldn't think so, because it was this little local paper in a town of 6,000 people. And they came down and they did like a really nice little interview and took pictures, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. And it was free. That was free. Everything else, I paid for Google ad space. I paid for, all those mailers. Like I say, that's the most expensive thing to do. I'm trying to think of what else I did. Did everything at work. Like,
I did a lot of that kind of stuff too, and got a lot of free publicity. The local TV show too, but so I often wonder. But I've had this website for 10 years, and I still sometimes I wonder why. Why do I have it? But so let me go back, and I'll keep checking back for messages. Okay, so I want to show you over here. Let me go back to pages. Okay, so pages over here. If you scroll down to the bottom, this is like all kinds of pages that I've had in the past. You can like activate pages, you can hide them, so in here somewhere I also have a blog. But yeah, I've over the years, La Vintage Decor, Studio Antiques and Gifts, For Sale, Wine and Design, that's what I always used to call my paint parties, Dixie Belle Paint, Bridal Registry, because I used to have bridal rentals. Love it, La Vintage, when I shared a space with another store. So, I mean, all this stuff I could probably just absolutely get rid of, but they're just like hidden pages, and you can just drag them. Like if I click on that, I can just drag it up to, like, I hate to do it because then I have to undo it, but just took something and just clicked on it, I can drag it up to, like say the shop category or something. But that, to the extent of, what I do with it. The other thing, now there's email campaigns you can do on here too. Finance. So this is where, when I do get my orders for when people pay for classes. Now I don't want to show information here, but like if you hit orders, like all that stuff shows up. So like I said, don't want to show it there, but that would be the information, that you would go to find all that. So then there's analytics too, which sometimes I'll click on this and I'm rather surprised, so month over month, I'm minus 38%, but occasionally I get that visit. I guess April 30th was a big day. I had 45 visits. So I would say that.
What did you do that day?
That's a very good question. April 30th. I'll look on the calendar on my phone and see if that rings a bell. It's funny sometimes.
Was it a challenge, or was it like something at the store maybe? I
Oh,
mean, you had some stuff in the spring. You had a couple of IOD things, right?
yeah, but that was just a stockist reveal that day.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have anything going on special.
That's
it may be, yeah, you never know. And I've found like So this is something weird, and I'm going to go back to StreamYard here. Sometimes I can't figure out what I'm doing here. Remove. Okay. Okay. What was I going to say? Something weird. Now I can't remember what the weird thing was.
Well, you were trying to figure out what you might have done that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so thank you. So I
We could do it
my
between the three of us.
yes, yeah. So I posted a video Sunday, and it was at 6:00, and it was my part 1 outdoor thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was sitting at like 10 of 10. And it just like, I thought, what is wrong? I just felt my channel really sucks. And then all of a sudden, it just like, now it's sitting at 1 of 10. It just like went. But I did link an older video. So I had put I put molds on planters that I had made on a Tuesday talk like 2 years ago.
That was cute. I did see that video.
So that video, now that 2-year-old video, is getting some looks. So that might be like how sometimes weird things happen like that, because maybe somebody that day decides to go to the website or something. So it's hard to say, but anyway. So do we want to try and take a look at yours, Kat?
Sure. I can't get in on the creators page, but you can look at what it looks like, the finished work. You know what I mean?
Okay, so it's Al and Dog, N-D-O-G.
Yeah. And that drives me crazy. I don't even want to look at it because I'm like, I looked at it one day and I'm like, because if you put "and dog," it will come up the right way, but it's like, why is it spelled? I'm just a freak when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, I spelled it wrong. I can't handle it. I'm the guy that has to fix the picture, make it level.
Okay, it's just not coming up. I
see that?
Maybe
no wonder.
Owl and Dog.
A-N-D-O-G.
Oh, A-N. Okay.
See how kooky that is? Like, that doesn't make sense to anybody.
Let's see.
It makes it unique.
It's still not coming up. It's not like Owl and Dog Designs.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, like charades.
How many letters?
Sounds like.
Give me an L. Or it goes this way.
owlanddogdesigns.com. Maybe I need to do the HTTPS thing because it is saying not secure.
Oh, no. And it's supposed to have, secure. Let me just go here and make sure. owlanddogdesign.com. Yeah. I don't know why it won't come up.
Hey, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so let me go back here and then hit present.
So you have to help me change the name. I asked them, and all they do is send me things. Go to this link. Like, yeah.
Okay, share screen.
Link broken.
Okay, I guess I have to go off my other one. Share screen. Yeah. Okay, you can only share one screen at a time, apparently. Okay, so let me make that bigger. and go back to it. Okay. So you have your home and restoration and refinishing, antiques and vintage. Nice picture, very clear, nice picture.
You know, I didn't know how to do the shop, so my shop is a gallery and you have to click on something in the gallery, but I wish you didn't. Like if you go up to the top and see, I don't really. So you can go to different places. I do like the way this works.
Okay.
So at the top, if you scroll up again, it's restored furniture and antiques, and then the
Oh, I
decor.
see.
Each one is a separate page.
I see.
Yeah. But see how it comes out like a gallery. I don't really like that, you know?
Okay. Well, you can change that. Um, let's see. So decor. Oh, that's so pretty. I just picked up a jewelry armoire today for a client doing a custom.
Aren't they the best things to do? I love jewelry on.
Yeah.
It's the one thing people usually buy. Oh, I gotta take that phone down. Oh no, it's
Well, you
I
have it
did
marked sold. So.
yeah, I thought I forgot that.
Nice. Okay. Original
Yeah,
canvas
I
art.
don't like the way I just think it's clunky, Lavon, you know?
Well, you know what might help if you get this stuff up. Okay, so if we go home and like instead of using gallery, like make a shop.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah. Well, it's
Oh,
like on those pages, that would be where you'd add that. And then
exactly.
underneath. Yeah, I'll be happy to sit down with you and do a
Yeah, sometime we should definitely do that. I'd appreciate that.
yeah. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I like it. What's the portfolio? Oh, nice. So you're showing your body of work here.
A little bit,
A
I
little bit of it. Yeah. Yeah.
just some things that have already sold.
Yeah. Well, it's good so that they see, what you have.
Yeah, a little
I
smattering of
didn't
different
know
kinds of
about.
stuff. Yeah,
Nice photography. Very nice.
thank you. Appreciate that. My
Very
favorite
pretty.
table.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I was so hoping that the customer wouldn't pay me for it so I could keep it.
Oh,
There's a method to my madness, but they paid me. They had to give it to
I almost removed. You can't. That wouldn't have been good.
them. Yeah.
Okay,
It's not easy, I'll tell you. It's not easy.
so does anybody have any questions about mainly? I mean, you guys, some of you have websites, so you're familiar, and we have different, providers. So I guess, if you have questions about Squarespace, maybe we can answer those. But basically, I've felt some value in it over 10 years, or I wouldn't have kept it. But I definitely need to make it more of a focal point.
Right.
Um, if you guys are thinking of some questions while you're doing that, I'm going to do a little shameless promotion. And I forgot to do my job and
Oh, didn't we get a notification?
No, I didn't do it tonight.
Could have
But
seen
anyway, if you want to be remembered most of the time, then text live to 814-515-4905. And if you prefer, you can email flippinbunch@gmail.com with the word live in the subject line. And this is what we really, 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 and all three of us, maybe on the count of three, if we can just beg and say, please. 1, 2, 3. Please. So, as you see, as of today, we had 29 subscribers, and we do need 50 in order to go live from that channel. So we'd really love it if you would do that. And I'm also going to ask you to, while you're at it, to go to Tuesday Talk. And I only have 19 there. I think I might have 20 now, but and
That's
subscribe.
actually really good. I mean,
Well,
I have other channels. They don't do anything at all.
Well, I tried to put some older videos up there so we at least had some content on there, but we really if you haven't, if you're here with us tonight and you haven't yet, we'd really appreciate it if you do. And we can, after the video, we can put the links too and make it easier for you. But keep in mind, Flippin' Bunch is the Flippin' Bunch, and Tuesday Talk is just Tuesday Talk. If you search for them. And let's see, I thought I had a graphic for our for this weekend, but apparently I don't. What am I doing? I'm trying to get rid of this. But so this weekend, Crystal's unique antique challenge is coming up. It's Mirror Mirror, and Jenna from Junk Princess Designs, she was the winner of the last challenge, and she chose to have people mirror one of the Flippin' Bunch. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I think it'll be a neat challenge. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also looking forward to seeing who all the Flippin' Bunch is mirroring. So of each other. So
I know we all want a mirror.
Yeah. What's that?
I probably shouldn't say that. Well, I mean, I don't know. Are you really wanting to mirror me? I mean,
Well, you never know.
I don't mean it that way. Like, not to denigrate myself, but some of the stuff I've done lately, like during the winter, and I just haven't been in my shop for so long.
Well, that's tough. I mean, it's hard. So,
and restoration is not for everybody.
Not for the faint of heart.
No, and that's part of the reason why I paint, because I can't live without just being creative and making.
Yeah.
Just putting my soul into something. It's not that I don't put my soul into restoration, but
oh my gosh, you blood, sweat, and tears there too.
Yeah,
bee stings and everything else.
Right. As soon as I get cleared to go back to work, I have 2 restorations to work on.
Awesome.
But I swore that I'm going to take a piece of furniture and just paint it. So I've got
when this video comes out. What's that?
Are we doing copies of one of each other's? Are we supposed to do that? Like
one
for
of each
the challenge? Yeah. Are we participating in the challenge, or?
Yeah. I mean, we're not in the running, I don't think.
No,
I don't know.
No. But are we supposed to present a piece?
Yeah. I mean, actually, I don't know whether she would consider that, because she runs it herself. It's not part of the Flippin' Bunch. So it's just.
Yeah, we just kind of got honored by what Jenna wanted the theme to be.
Okay. That makes me feel better, because I'm like, I don't really have a small piece that's reasonable for me to. Everything I have is busted. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Unless it's a really big piece, and I'm not supposed to lift things quite yet.
mm.
That heavy, so
Gretchen says she can't wait to see which pieces are chosen to mirror.
I know I
Yeah,
can't either. That's going to be
yeah,
fun.
it's going to be cool. Um, yeah, so in my video, I was like doing a little editing today because I was working on mine, and I keep blowing my nose. So I was really had a bad cold, and now I am back to allergies. It started out allergy, cold. Now I'm back to allergies. I can't quit. I
Oh,
go through
yeah.
tissues like you wouldn't believe.
Do you get sinus infections from it too?
I didn't.
No, that's good.
Fortunately, I did not. Mara says, I want to know who you ladies are mirroring also. So before we started, I have to show you guys. I keep saying how obsessed I am with resin. So I used that resin crete and I made a cutting board.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm just afraid. I don't know how durable it's going to be, but I think paint and transfers, I think it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
more like for decoration, hanging up.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm afraid it's kind of fragile.
Super
I
cute.
could test it,
Yeah.
but I'm afraid. It might be a good idea to put something in there, kind of like rebar, like put a little wire or something in between layers. I think I did see somebody do that
Well,
on a resin video.
basically, that's what they're doing when they make a sculpture. Pretty much the same.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
Putting a wire base on the inside and covering it with whatever their medium is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Gretchen
Gretchen's
says,
comments.
oh, fun. Don't test it with a cleaver. Yeah. Yeah, I don't
So,
know.
okay, I think I can summarize this whole
Debacle.
website, any app, any type of growth that you want to make, whatever the program you want to use. You're going to have to go in there yourself because nobody's going to help you, and you're going to have to figure it out on your own. And maybe along the way, you're going to find somebody that's already done it and get some help from somebody else because it certainly seems that's how everything seems to be going these
Yeah, like
days.
they get rid of people and books and all that stuff and just make it all online. Um,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
so those of us that don't have a website, you know, I guess the first thing we really need to look at is which ones are rated the best and which ones are the most cost effective
yeah. I
for
think
what
too,
you
you
want to
can get
accomplish.
free webs. You can get free websites too, but they have ads, And that was one thing I didn't want to have was
And they
ads.
market themselves. So a lot of times your website would be, like Owling Dog Design slash, you know, StreamYard.
Well,
dot
yeah,
com. So
yeah.
they're logoing under your, you know, I
Yeah.
don't like that,
Yeah.
I wonder if Canva has a website
They do.
template in their program.
They do. For the pro. Yeah. I've noticed it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes too, Googling a question rather than going to, the help section,
Yeah.
because if you Google it, then you're putting it out there and you're getting answers from other people that may have asked the same question. And sometimes I get a lot of results to come up from Reddit.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
and, I don't actually, I guess I signed up on Reddit at one point in time, but
Okay.
now I just, whenever I have a result, I just go to the website and I can still see, the answers that came up. I don't have the
Right.
app on my phone.
Right. And YouTube videos are helpful too. There are
Oh, yeah.
people on YouTube. When I first started using my editor that I use just for video. So I have a separate editing platform from photography, and then for the video, it's something different. It might seem clunky, but it works for me. So, but when I first started using it, and if I ever have a question like on something, I just put it right into YouTube, because there are people who they make the best videos. They actually pull up the system itself, and they're showing you exactly what they're doing. I mean, that's what you need sometimes. It's like, okay, take my hand and put it
Yeah.
where
So
But a
Mara
lot of
says she used.
times, I'm sorry,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, Mara says she used Weebly and Wix. The templates are free, but you have to pay for your domain. And she used GoDaddy. So you didn't have any ads with that then, Mara? I was wondering about GoDaddy. I was thinking you would have ads with that. I know, like, Dar, before you said about having the blog, um, that's very, like, every time, like, I click on something like a recipe or something from Pinterest, oh my gosh, the pop-up ads just kind of drive me wild. But I interrupted you earlier. What were you going to say?
No. Well, that was the main reason I got a blog, was so I could post on Pinterest. At that time, it was required that you had to have a blog if you wanted to post, like, as an independent contractor
Do you
of your
still use
stuff.
Pinterest now?
I haven't in a while, but I will go in
Another thing I
spurts.
forgot.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I'll load like 5 or 6 of my videoed items up there once every 5 months, maybe
Yeah.
4 months.
So Mara said no ads. So that's good to know.
I loved Weebly. I mean, my heart belongs to that software, but that was the website that I had that was hacked.
Sounds like something from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Weebly.
it was. I don't know. I just loved it. And unfortunately, I had like the email and the marketing attached to that, so I would send out like monthly emails. I also had a little blog that I used to mail to people. And it was kind of fun because it was very short, easy to read, usually like some funky thing.
Mm-hmm.
And when they hacked the website, all my email and marketing was hacked as well. So I couldn't get any of my customers or nothing.
Do
It
you
was all
suppose?
gone.
So that's a free website then, right? But you had to pay for the domain.
I paid hundreds of dollars for my Weebly website.
Well, then
You don't
I guess
have to. You don't have to. But I had
Oh.
as much as you could through Google of Google ad space and the website, and I owned the email and I owned the domain without any extraneous marketing on it. It's probably cheaper now because the things like that usually get cheaper over time. This was a long time ago, so it was hacked in 2019. I just have a bad taste of, I'll never use like my website's email again. I have my own personal email, which is the owling dog at Yahoo. Yahoo could go under, but whatever. We all take a chance. At least it's not going to go along with the website. If everybody that contacts me through my owling dog, I'll be able to keep, even if my website goes under. And I don't ever plan. God, I shouldn't say this. I worked so hard on the original website, and it was successful. And it's very hard to be successful for an artist on a website. It just was like I have website PTSD from it. It was devastating. Yeah, because I wouldn't even accept that it was gone for like a year. I kept just thinking, like, it can't really be gone. I will get it somehow. talk to somebody somehow and be able to get back to it. And I never could. And I wasn't going to pay some kind of ransom that I don't really understand. And there's nowhere to go with something like that. The Better Business Bureau is very helpful for a lot of different things that happen to you in business, but they don't know anything about technology. So it's like, like what?
There's no internet police to go to.
No, you're on your own. Just like Dar said, like you got to do everything on your own. And so now I just figure like, whatever, I will work on a website because I think we should, and great. If people were to order through it, that would be fantastic. But I'm probably not a good person to ask about it because I am like, just like, it's like, my heart's still broken over it.
Well, I mean, it's good to share the experiences that we all have, good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't happen very often, especially like, who the hell wants an artist's website? I mean, it's not like it's Amazon. I mean, what? Maybe they figured they do that to people who kind of spend a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're going to pay because they've sunk in like thousands of dollars, if not like millions or anything like that. So they figure like this person is going to pay. And it's like, I'm not going to pay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wow. Not sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we are almost to our hour. So anybody have any additional questions or anything they want to add to the mix tonight?
Was there anybody out there when I was showing the hat box gift and I wouldn't tell you where it was going until after I gave it to see if it went over? I'm not sure if any of you guys saw that, if Mara or Gretchen or Cheryl, if you guys were watching that, but I gave that gift yesterday at the concert and it did go over really well. And it was, the artist said to me, it was a very thoughtful, well thought out gift. Mm-hmm. And I was pretty tickled with that because he called me out, and out of the audience basically. And then when he went in, there were people around me that were asking me what I gave. And I told Levon and Kat, if I would have been thinking, Kat said you should have had your business card. You could have says, here, you can watch that on YouTube. Here's the video. I'm like, man, why didn't I think of that?
That's hindsight 2020.
I know, you were so excited about just sharing something,
Yeah, well, it was for his fiance, which she's very secretive. She does not want to be no lights, camera, action for her. But the gift was basically for his fiance, his wife to be, whom he said they're getting married within the next year. So, and this little gal they met when they were 14 years old, and they've been going together ever since.
That's really
cool. Yeah.
I don't know whether you can see comments or not, Dar, but Gretchen said that's really great. It was a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Mara said very nice, and Cheryl said that's so nice. So.
Yeah, somehow I'm thinking that she's a writer, but I did have a letter that I put in there and explained why I used Alice in Wonderland because of how Lewis Carroll writes, and a lot of and the artist's name is Livingston. That's his last name, Livingston. Mm-hmm. And the show was sold out. It was great. If you ever get a chance to see him, he is there. This is a general audience. I mean, there were kids there, young kids, 5 to 10 to 16 to adult. So he's pretty general audience.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So that's
cool.
why I got concert lag.
Well, we can't party like we used to, huh?
Yeah, and there was no partying involved.
No.
I just was lucky I was there and alive.
That's so funny.
Well, maybe next time you'll have to party then.
Actually, I saw something today, not to keep us over time, but it reminded me of Dar, and I have to take. I was with somebody else, so I wasn't able to stop, but I'll have to go down by myself. It's a little shop downtown, and I think it's called Alice in Wonderland, and the decor that they have going into the shop is really cute. And I said, "Ooh, I knew someone who would like that."
Yeah.
Well, I never read Alice in Wonderland until I started working on that project. I listened to the audiobook and I thought, man, there's like some twisted stuff in here.
Very good. I love
I'm gonna stay
fairy
inspired.
tales. Fairy tales are written for adults,
Yeah.
not for kids.
Me, I'm listening to 48 Hours and Dateline murder mysteries and stuff.
I do that too.
I do too, yeah. Karen Reed.
Yeah, I'm working on that Alice in Wonderland piano.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I just bought a piece of board to go on the bottom because I have to get these wheels put on the bottom and start getting it done. But that's going to be another Alice in Wonderland.
Oh. I'll have to get down there quickly and get some pictures for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, it's about time to wrap things up, and we really appreciate you being with us.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
We're really hoping next week we can all get together on the Flippin' Bunch. So help us make that happen and tell your friends and neighbors to subscribe.
I subscribed.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and you have a wonderful night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.